Oh, another sunset with almost no clouds in the sky. Good evening. Welcome to the channel, Retired Don't Give Up 2.0. It's cigar night. It's my one beer and cigar night. Saturday night. That sun's going down. It's a little after 5. So, but it won't be dark for, well, it'll be dark pretty quick. So, my topic tonight, I've been sort of putting off for quite some time. And, you know, the conversation will probably explain that. But my topic tonight is, what's it like being married to a Thai woman? Living in Thailand. Now, for those that know me, I've been in Thailand 2 years, less the 3 months that I went back to Canada to finalize my affairs and move here permanently. And I met Katai online about 6 months before I came here. So we've known each other for a little over 2.5 years. Now, a little bit of backstory. Katai is 50. I am 65. And I came to Thailand specifically to meet her, you know, because I talked with her for 6 months beforehand. And she wasn't the first Thai person I talked to, and my intention was always to come here and hopefully find you know, someone to settle down and retire with, and that was always the plan. Of course, you never know. You know, this is my, well, like I say, we've been married for a year, and you know, she's my third marriage, so you know, hopefully third time lucky. But I can tell you, after my second marriage, never again. I'm never getting married again. Now I get along with both of my ex-wives, so you know, circumstances in life, you know, resulted in basically the divorce. So of each. But again, I'm very cordial with both of them, which is unusual in this world, but it is true. And I was so adamant about not getting married again. When I separated from my second wife, I just left it as a legal separation because it didn't matter to me. So when I went back to finalize my affairs, one of the things I had to do was, you know, get a legal divorce so that I could marry Katai when I came back. But everybody knows, or you know, that you know, the Thai women are considered to be quite jealous. Well, all women are considered to be quite jealous. I myself am not a jealous person, and and again, that presents a problem. But the truth of the matter is, I don't care where in the world you are, you know, people can be quite jealous of each other. And you know, the reason why it's sort of amplified here in Thailand is that when a Thai woman, you know, has a relationship with a foreigner, well, other Thai people, you know, especially other Thai women, see this, and you know, and again, of course, there's this jealousy that's sort of hidden below the surface. And and the problem is the person you're with in the beginning of a relationship, and I'll get to that shortly, there's always questions. Will the relationship last? Will the foreigner go off with another Thai woman? The concern, of course, is that you have to understand that foreigners that come to Thailand and live have to have a minimum income in order to stay in Thailand. And that income is considerably higher than a Thai family, husband and wife, that are both working. The average Thai income for a non-skilled Thai is between 10 and 15,000 baht a month. So even if you have a husband and wife both working, their income is at best 30,000 baht a month, and that's a pretty average, income for Thai families. In fact, it's probably considered above average. Skilled workers are obviously going to make more, and again, the relationship, whether or not the wife works and so forth. And it's no different than Canada. In Canada you work and your wife has to work because of the cost, and it's the same here. So when a Thai woman has a relationship with a foreigner, well, right away the income is minimum 20,000 baht a month more. That's minimum 50,000 baht. And so, and of course that money comes in all the time. And what that money can do is can allow well, depending on the situation, can allow the Thai wife not to have to work and can stay home, can do the things that she likes to do at home, which I'll get to. But I have many friends here that are they all have Thai wives. And, they've been married for 15, 20 years, most of them. In fact, I'm one of the newest, with only being together for 2 years. So, and most of those foreigners, those men that are now married and have been married for a long time, would agree that the first few years of a relationship is the most turmoil. And of course, the other thing that doesn't help is if there's a language problem, and there is always going to be a language problem. Even if the person you meet speaks relatively good English, there will always be things lost in translation. And if you were like me, where Thai didn't speak a word of English, everything is through Google. And trust me, Google does not understand the dialects between South and North. It's still Thai, but there is different dialects, and what comes up on that screen isn't always what that person is trying to say. And that in itself causes, problems. So those are the two major things. Now, and because many foreigners come here without the intent of getting married, they come here to have fun. They come here, they go to Pattaya, and they're here to enjoy themselves. And if you're young, if you're in your 50s, early 50s, and you can retire here at 50 years of age with a retirement visa, then by all means. Now, when I came the first time, I was in Japan waiting for the next flight, and I started talking to a foreigner who was on his way to Pattaya, and I told him I was coming to meet Katai, and he looked at me like I had two heads. He said, "Why would you do that?" Now, this man was nothing to look at, trust me, and I mean I'm nothing to look at. So he was really more. He was every bit as overweight as I am, and actually more sloppily, if that's a word. And he comes for 3 months, and he says he has maybe 3 girlfriends through the course of the 3 months, and then he goes back to whatever country he was from, and that's it. And well, if that's your if that's your game, if that's your you know you're a kettle of fish, if that's what you want, then by all means. I mean, if I was younger, in my 50s, I would probably have quite a bit of the same idea. But I'm not. I'm 65 years old. I've been married twice. This is my 3rd marriage. I'm not looking for fun in the sun with young girls that are only there to take your money. And trust me, when you start looking at the women that are available in these bars and so forth, they are all very young, and they are there to take your money. And if you know that, and if that's your, if you're prepared for that, well, again, same deal. You go have your fun and move on. I have a YouTuber that he's early 50s, and he's got a great channel, and he has absolutely no interest in getting married at this time. That's at this time. 10 years, he might have a whole different story. And of course, in 10 years, I'm sure he will have found someone. I have another friend down, another Vortex, Tony. He, for the longest time, single. Now he's down in Surin, and he's got himself a girlfriend, and he's happy. But his problems, which will be like my problems, they will always worry that you might want to go with someone younger. Now, in my case, Katai being 50, that was her concern. She was always seems to think, you might want to go with a younger woman, and so always worried about the other Thai women that are in the room, and the thing is, when Thai women get together, they will talk, and that's part of the problem. They talk, and you don't understand what they're saying, but again, it comes down to putting a doubt in their minds and so forth, and arguments ensue. And in my case with Katai, I can't even add up the numbers of times where a situation where I've talked with someone and so forth, and that ugly thing comes up, that jealousy comes up. And there isn't enough communication for me to make it clear. Now, you've seen my wife. She's absolutely beautiful, and she's 50 years old. Now, she's not going to stay beautiful. No, none of us do. And when she was 40, she was even more beautiful. So they try to hang on to their youth, like every woman on the face of the planet. It's always this concern: I'm not beautiful enough for you. I'm not beautiful. And it's like, really? I'm 15 years older than you are, and to me, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met, and I'm perfectly happy with her looks, because the truth of the matter is, as we get older, it's the relationship, it's the partnership, it's the being together and being comfortable with each other that far outweighs any physical attraction, and I've never been more comfortable around a woman in my whole life. I mean, really. And that's the thing. So my point is, that it's worth it in the end. That's what I guess what it comes down to. But it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road at all. And it can be very bumpy, especially with the communication problem and and you have to be very careful. And myself, having a YouTube channel, of course, I talk with everyone, and there was, in the beginning of our relationship, we went to a dentist's office. She was had to get some dental work done, so she's in the operatory, and I'm waiting in the waiting room, and there's the receptionist that's there who speaks very good English. And here's the other thing that is, because she didn't speak really good English, she was always jealous of any Thai woman that did speak good English. Again, this always worried about someone sitting in the wings that might walk in and whisk me away. But doing YouTube, I thought, well, we're in a dental office. I should do a video on this, what the cost and everything else. And to me, I was only interested in doing a video. And I'm talking to the girl, and I asked, can I do a video? Yes, no problem. So I go out, I step outside, I start the camera, start making my introductory and so forth, and I come in and I'm walking around, and of course, and for all of those that know me, I talk very, I'm not a quiet talker, I talk quite loud. And so they could hear me in the operatory. And of course, they don't necessarily know what I'm saying because I'm speaking English, but Katai's hearing me and she's thinking, oh, I'm speaking English to the receptionist. So immediately I guess the bile raises and the anger raises, and when she came out, she was very, very, very sharp, very, and then when we left, she was just furious and thinking I'm flirting with the girl. And it's like, no, that was not the case at all. And so that was time, and trust me, that ended up in a huge fight, of course, in the beginning. So there are other times, where the same thing arises, and again, you're trying to say, well, I moved from Chiang Mai. I sold everything. I moved from Chiang Mai. I brought all my stuff. I brought it here to your house. I built this big addition. I married you. I did this. I did that. I did it. And all of these things build up the trust. But unfortunately, that underlying jealousy is always there. And if it pokes its head up at the wrong time, you're in for a battle. So now my friends that have been married for 15, 20 years, they don't have that problem anymore because, again, that relationship is no longer new, and and they know that it's established. So my point, again, is that if you can hang in there, be patient, and trust me, it's not easy. Not easy being patient. And you can reap the rewards. And trust me, the rewards of being married to a Thai woman are great. Thai looks after me. Well, I mean, most women in the world would look at my situation and they'd be downright angry that I am so spoiled, and I don't have to do anything. I don't clean. I don't do my laundry. I don't make my breakfast in the morning. Now in the morning I make her toast. I make her a piece of toast. I make her coffee. I do the little things that make her happy. But she makes my breakfast. At night, I quite often at night will cook my own burger. Or I'll cook my own steak. But if it's anything else, she cooks it and makes it, and it's just absolutely amazing. It truly is. She does things that I stop and go, I can't believe she did that. And she looked after that. She looked after that. Now, like a typical woman, when we first moved together, we had a wardrobe. I had one little door of this 4-door wardrobe, and she had the other 3. There was 2 drawers. I had one drawer, she had the other drawer, and we have that in the bedroom. And then we purchased a drawer set, which has 1, 2, 3 on the top and 2 larger on the bottom. And I thought, okay, I'll take 1 and 2, and and she took the other 3, thinking that was fair. Now I'm down to 1 small one, so that's pretty much normal, So there's just more places to put clothes and so forth. But again, that's that's life. So, but sun's down. There's no clouds in the sky, so again, there's not much of a spectacular sunset, but I can't be happier, and I can't recommend it more. You just need to know the pitfalls, and and the argument that Thai women are the most jealous women in the world. That's a little unfair, because again, there are other reasons for that, and when you take all that into consideration, they're no different than any other woman in the rest of the world as far as jealousy is concerned. But once you get over that hump, and they truly realize how much you love them, then normal life settles in. We've just bought a new car. You saw the video. She's over the moon with the new car. She absolutely loves it. We are almost completed our new pond for our fish, because our fish were living in the fountain pond. They're just too small. They were getting too big. They were jumping out. So I've done a full video on that. I haven't put it out yet, but I will be. Might go out before this one. Hard to say. But again, so we're doing that. New Year's. In New Year's, we're heading to this beautiful city of Phao, where they're doing a huge festival, where Thailand is promoting the North, and so they should. Phao, is on the edge of the second largest lake in Thailand, and they will be doing, laser and drone displays, and they will be doing the floating of lanterns, and of course at midnight they'll be doing the fireworks for New Year's. And there are a multitude of other things to do, and so we're heading up there on New Year's Eve. I wanted to go on the motorcycle. She wants to go in the car. I wonder why. And I'll be hopefully doing 1 or 2 videos there. So yeah, life in Thailand just gets better. It just gets better. I mean, yes, we're in the cooler time of the year. There's no wind. It's absolutely beautifully comfortable here. The temperature will drop as that sun goes down. It will get quite cool. But yeah, it's there's no better place to be. And I know it's getting dark, so you can barely see me. So until next time, bye for now. Remember, don't give up.